Well, hello again. We're going to cut back to this worm farm, worm bed. We're going to see how it's doing. Now, this is an update because it's February here in Florida, but I know most of the country's still freezing cold. I mean, this has been quite a winter for cold weather. And we've had our share of it here too, several freezes, which is unusual for this time of year for here in North Florida. But this worm bed seems to have survived, but we're going to take a look at it and look and see how the heater, the little heater that I put in here, how it performed and how these worms are doing, because, well, we'd like to know, did it work? Did it not work? I think it worked. But let's go find out and see. As you remember, in our last episode, we had put the small heater, which has got a little electric wire right here running it, just one of them little grow heaters that you put under your starter plants and what have you. And we put it under the worm bed, which then I covered up with this tarp, and I put a couple of little feed sacks and some such on there to just to kind of hold it down and keep it moist. As you can see, it's really moist. It's got some good texture to it. Oh, look at them worms, buddy. They are all over it. Okay, this is looking good already. Let's see where you guys can see this. I don't know if you can. What we'll do, we'll get some worms here. There's a little guy right there. And then there's a couple other little critters. Those of you that have worm beds, you know about that. But I don't know if we'll be able to see. Yeah, we won't be able to do it that way. I don't know if we'll be able to see these guys or not on the camera, but the video, we're gonna see how that works out. But as you get down here, I can feel that this is actually warm down here. It's warmed up. It's a nice day outside. So this is all warm. But the idea was to keep one place for them worms to get to. As you can see, these little guys, I say as you can see, I don't know if you can or not, but there's just lots and lots of them. There's a little guy right there. He seems to be, he's not real active, but I think he's shy. I think he's a little shy. We'll toss him back in there. Maybe we'll pull out another one or two and take a peek. Now, it's not like some worm beds you see where there's just millions of them flying around. I got to dig through here a little bit. There's a nice little guy right here. And as you can see there's, I think this one, yeah, I recognize him. His name's Fred. If you guys can see Fred, say hello to Fred. Say hello to everybody there, Fred. Now, it could be Frederico. We don't really know. You know how worms are. So go back in there, Fred. Oh, there's some little bitty ones scampering around there. And that's what's really nice. What I'm finding in here is there's a good variability inside. We got some nice adults in here. There's some adults. And then there's some little babies in here, which means that they're still hatching. And they don't stay babies for long. So therefore, like here's a little juvenile guy. See if you can see a little juvenile there. And that means they're still hatching. And that's fantastic. Now, as this weather warms up a little bit, and they get moving all around this bed, and they're probably all over the place. I'm just pulling out a few so you can see them. But as it warms up, they're not just in the warm spot. As a matter of fact, there's more of them over here. Maybe it had actually gotten warmer than they liked. Yeah, that's what it is. As I get over here to the cooler spot, there's actually more worm density. There's lots of them here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to uncover a spot. Let's pick a spot right about there. And I'm going to dump, as you've seen me before, we take our coffee filters and I just put them in this creamer thing. Save them up. We'll rinse that out in a little while. Put that in there too. And just spread that out a little bit. Cover it up. They do like the coffee filters and such. And then of course I throw other things in, kitchen scraps and what have you. And then I always like to throw a bag of leaves on every once in a while. But there you go. The little, that little heater provided a space for these guys to escape to. And it appears that it's time to go ahead, at least here in North Florida, I can go ahead and turn that heater off. We may get a couple of nights in the 50s. It might even dip down into the high 40s once in a while, but in general, we're in a nice safe spot, so temperature-wise. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this thing. Next time around, I'll go ahead and pull it out, and perhaps Jeff will come join us one day, and we'll shovel this thing out and run it through the old worm sifter, which is right here. That's a marvelous piece of equipment there. When you see that thing running, you're just going to be real impressed. So have a very blessed day. Thank you for joining us here today at the Worm Farm, Rax's Worm Farm, where worms have a really good day. God bless you.